Next up is your mini educator collar. This is what we like to refer to as the collar or the e-collar. This is what we're talking about when we refer to that in your go home video. First things first, how to charge it. There are 2 charger pegs on the end of the charger. There is a charger port on the back of your remote. This goes in here. And there is the same charger port on the back of your collar unit, right here. This goes here and plugs into the wall. My recommendation is that your dog wears this collar from the moment you wake up until the moment the dog goes to bed. Then take the collar off and put it on the charger every night. Rinse, repeat in the morning. So, when you take the collar off the charger, you're going to remove the charger. And you have your remote and your collar. And there's 2 parts to turning this on. So, on the top of your collar here, you'll see a light and a red dot. On the base of your collar, you will see this red dot here. You're going to take this red dot, place it next to this red dot, and as you can see, a green light will turn on. Give it a second, it will blink green. There it is. That means your collar is on and charged and ready to go. You may also see this light blink yellow or an orange. That means the battery's about to die. If it blinks red, you're about done. The battery's dead. If you put it on the charger overnight, it realistically takes less than an hour for a full charge, so you should not have that problem. On the remote, so now the collar is on. Again, if you want to turn it off, you put it next to each other, turns it red. Put the 2 red dots together, green means go, it's on. There's the green light again. So now you have your remote. This is the front of it, this is the back. This is your pocket clip. You can remove that by pressing down this top part here and sliding it off. Again, slide it on, press the button down, slides off, no big deal. Here's the back of your collar. So there's 2 buttons, an on, off, or light button with an L on it and an MC button. To turn the remote on, you want to hit this large button back here and hold it down. The front of your collar will turn on. You can see a number and a C. This will blink green. The 1D at the top means 1 dog. You don't need to do anything about that. The C button, or the C here, means continual. To change that, there's an MC button on the back. That means momentary and continual. When you touch that, you'll see it changes the display here to M and C. You want it to just have a C. Momentary is simply a nick. We don't use that. Continual means it's continual stimulation until you release the button. Right here is your number or your level. That is changed by this dial. If you turn it counterclockwise, it goes down. If you turn it clockwise, it goes up. Each dog is different on their levels, and we'll talk about that more on your video. So again, clockwise goes up, counterclockwise goes down. If you'd like to lock the level, let's say we usually run your dog at a 20, you can hold this down, the number will blink, and now it won't accidentally get bumped up or down. If you want to be able to adjust it, you simply hold it down again, and you can adjust it from there. Now, the different stimulations on the collar, there's 3 different options. There's these buttons on the side, the 2 S's, that's stimulation. That's on the left of the face of your collar. To the right is a T, or a TENS, or vibrate. This is simply a vibrate. If you hit this button here, it'll just make the collar vibrate. It doesn't do anything other than vibrate. On the other side, the 2 stimulation buttons. The black one is your go button. That gives a 10 stimulation when it's on 10. The red button gives an up 5 or a 15 stimulation. Either button is fine. This one's stronger than this one. So again, the button on the top is your go button. Button on your bottom is the bonus button. And this is vibrate. I usually use the vibrate to simply make sure my collar's on and I didn't forget to turn it on. That is the Skinny on your eCollar Technologies Mini Educator. And we will get on now to your go home video of your dog. You, right here buddy, sit. Super dog, super dog. Hello, it's Anna again with K9 Co-Pilots with our friend Bacon. Bacon's been here for a month for board and train to teach her what an electric collar is and work on that anxiety. So, you guys are a little different because you've already been through our group class. You know what our commands are. You know how to make her do things. You know the point of corrections. So I'm not going to go into all that. But what I am going to show you is the way to use the electric collar and how she reacts to it. Hey, come here, sit. And then also talk a little bit more about how to help her with her anxiety and help her move forward past that. This dog is absolutely one of the highest anxiety dogs I've ever met. She thinks in a state of stress, and that's what we've really tried to work with her on since we've had her. She's doing a lot better. She's still got a little ways to go. With Bacon, clarity and fairness is really important. So the way you talk to her and the way you give her commands probably means more than whether she did it or not. Bacon, sit, down, stay. So it needs to be very slow and clear, not like drawn out slow, but very clear. Say her name, then the command, and reward it calmly. If you start petting all over her and creating, creating anxiety, it's gonna make it a lot worse. Down. So right here, she didn't down, down. Good girl. I used the button on my collar, the top stem button, and told her down again. In my honest opinion with this dog, the collar works better and is more fair and clear to her than using a leash correction or any other kind of outward stimulus like hollering at her or grabbing her or making her do it. All those things do to her is make her worse. They'll actually drive her anxiety up instead of clarifying the behavior. So realistically, this is what works best for her. Okay, I release her with an okay, sit. The only time she can get up from a stationary command, as in a sit or a down, is when I say okay. If she breaks that on her own, you have to be fair there too. Take her back and make her do it again. Good sit, stay. Her stay command is, come here, come here, sit, stay. Her stay command is soft. If I tell her to stay, I don't care if she sits or downs, just don't move and don't squeak. The sit and the down commands are be quiet. Also, it does not mean lay down and squeak and squall and yell and holler. It means simply lay down. Okay, come on, buddy. Go place. Good girl. Go place is the same thing. Go place means go lay on your bed, stay there, and be quiet. Now, something she will do is she'll get really excited and she'll start to like test the water and try to creep off the bed. She'll like put one foot down and then look at you and wait. In that situation, you're gonna hit the button and say, place, place, until she goes back to her place. Good girl. I did not hit the button there. That's just to show you what to do. Good girl. As soon as she's back to her place, praise her. Good girl. Very calmly. If you're like, good girl, good girl, good girl. See how she started to even look at me a little bit? She got a little excited. That's what you don't want to happen. It's just good girl, good place. Okay, come on. Yeah, sit. Nice. Heel. Good girl, buddy. Super. Good. The way you speak to her in public too makes a big difference. If you're like, shh, if you're like, Bacon, heel, now stop, now come on, now cut it out. If you do any of that, it makes her so much worse. If you simply Bacon, heel. Tell her what you need her to do and nothing else. If she's calm, it's a girl, good girl. Come on. Super. Sit. Nice. Good girl. Maybe a little slow scratch behind the ears, okay? Bacon, down. Super. Stay. Good girl. We've worked more on down stay than on sit stay because down is a more secure place for her. She has more control over herself when she's all the way on the ground. So in my opinion, I would use that more often than use a sit stay, but you can tell her to sit and stay. That's appropriate too. Good girl. One of the things you mentioned when you dropped her off was that at nighttime when she's in bed with you, she'll like hear a noise and alert to it, like woof, woof, and she won't settle down. I would use your collar at nighttime for a couple nights in a row, which is different than what I tell most people to do. So generally I tell everyone to put it on her the minute she wakes up, put the electric collar on her and leave it on until you go to bed. With her, have it on her when you're home. When you're not home, if she's in her crate, take it off, put it on the charger, and then put it right back on as soon as you get her out of her crate. That way you have charge for the nighttime. A full charge will last you, honestly, like 2 to 3 days. So just as long as you take it off periodically, put it on the charger, let it charge up, you should be perfectly fine. Maybe even charge it while you're in the shower, put it in her crate, put her in her crate so she's not getting in trouble, something like that. I do want her to wear it as often as possible. Because I don't want her to realize that she has it and she doesn't. I don't want her to make a comparison or get what we call collar smart and know when she has it on and when she does not. If she does that alert bark at a car or at the whatever, and she won't settle down, I would use the vibrate button. That's the thumb button with the T on the side of your collar right here. That's a lighter correction, and it'll just check her brain back in and make her relax or make her stop worrying about it. If you need to go up and use the stim buttons, then obviously go ahead. I wouldn't put a command on that other than maybe lay down or no, but good girl. But I wouldn't use a special command. I would just kind of, hey, cut that out, don't do that, it's not necessary, leave it alone and be quiet. The same rules apply for if she alert barks at something in the store. She gets worried or nervous about something, give her a little ding on the collar, tell her heel or sit or down or whatever it is you want her to do, and just make her maintain control. The more she has experiences that are positive for her, and by positive I mean calm and secure and clear to her, the more self-esteem she'll get and the more confidence she'll get in her own skin, which will generally help push that anxiety out of her. I'm not against some essential oil treatment on this dog. We've talked about that, and we'll talk about that more when you pick her up. It does help her quite a bit. Another thing I would do, and I think you already do this, but I would get on like a lower starch, lower carbohydrate protein food. So maybe like a turkey based or a salmon based food to try to back off on the extra carbohydrates, which makes extra energy. And with a dog like her that's high drive already, the extra energy means extra drive that she doesn't need, and drive she can't use means more anxiety. As far as her training is concerned, this is a wonderful dog. She's very obedient, she's very mindful, she's good both on leash and off leash. You've seen that here, you've seen it on the videos we've sent. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with her. And if you have any other questions in the future, please call us. You know where to find us. Phone number is 810-730-8665, or you can text or Facebook message. You know how to find us. Thank you very much for sharing her with us, and we will see you tomorrow.